Welcome to the Killer Author Club. 3 best-selling authors talking about killing, of the fictional kind, with the best thriller and suspense authors in the business. Killer conversations, killer cocktails, and killer guests, with your hosts, Kimberly Bell, Heather Gutenkopf, and Kara Ruda. This is the Killer Author Club.
Welcome to the Killer Author Club, your favorite haunt where fictional murder is encouraged, alibis are optional, and the hemlock is always in bloom. Before we officially welcome tonight's special guest into the club, it's time for Killer Instinct. So Noelle, no overthinking, no map, no compass, no survival gear, just answer, short and sweet and deadly.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Mountains or the beach?
Mountains.
Tent or luxury cabin?
Oh, luxury cabin.
GPS or paper map?
GPS for sure.
Bear or mountain lion?
Bear.
Running shoes or hiking boots?
Hiking boots.
City lights or complete wilderness?
Complete wilderness.
True crime documentary or horror movie?
True crime documentary.
Right at dawn or right after dark?
Right at dawn, even though I don't want to.
And plotter or pantser?
Pantser.
Okay.
Yeah, we love pantsers. Well, I love pantsers. Okay, Noelle, you survived the first test, but wait till you see what else we have in store for you. I am Killer Kara Ruda.
I'm Killer Noelle Ihli.
I'm Killer Kimberly Bell.
And I'm Killer Heather Gutenkopf.
Everything we mentioned tonight, from giveaways to bonus content to future guests, can be found at killerauthorclub.com or on our social media feeds. But before we get to killing, we have big news. Big news. I love that. Okay, in case you missed it, the cover for Take Back the Night is here, and People Magazine helped us shout out the news. This book has been a long time in the making, late night brainstorming sessions, countless Zoom calls, and the 3 of us trying to out-twist each other. We can't wait for you to meet Meg, Ren, and Leah and discover why some secrets refuse to stay buried. Plus, stay tuned for how to order to win a signed bookplate and exclusive limited edition swag coming up later in the show. In the meantime, Kimberly, would you do the honors and introduce our killer guest?
I would love to. So tonight's guest is a daring and adventurous killer. Noelle Ihli is the internationally best-selling Bram Stoker Award long-listed author of thrillers, including Ask for Andrea, Gray After Dark, and Run on Red. A member of the International Thriller Writers Association and Horror Writers Association. She lives with her family in Idaho and can be found online at noellewihli.com. Noelle, welcome to the Killer Author Club Hot Seat.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here with you all.
We're so excited to talk to you about Gray After Dark. Y'all, this book is so intense. Noelle, can you tell us a little bit about what the book is about, why readers should clear space on their beach bags for Gray After Dark?
Yeah, absolutely. Gray After Dark is a survival thriller that's inspired by real events. It's about a young woman named Miley who is working in the Frank Church Wilderness at a guest ranch for the summer. And she is an Olympic hopeful who is also training to be in the sport of biathlon. And Miley is going on a training run when she is abducted by 2 men. They're remote off-grid preppers who think that they're going to take her as a wife. And this sounds unbelievable, but it really is inspired by a true story of Carrie Swenson, who was likewise an Olympic athlete who was abducted and went through a harrowing ordeal. So Carrie's story is her own, minus a fictionalized version, of course, but it's things do get worse from there, and it's a fast-paced survival thriller that that has its roots in true crime.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. Okay,
So
so
scary.
I have tons of questions. I know you guys out there have tons of questions, so drop them in the comments and we will be scouring them for some good ones throughout the show. But first, Heather, what are we drinking?
Oh, tonight's drink is spiked sparkling water. So, Noelle, can you please tell us why you've chosen this as your preferred drink for tonight?
Well, it's got a little bit of sweet, it's got some effervescence, and it's got just a little bit of a kick to it that you don't expect. It goes down smooth, but before you know it, your heart's pumping just a little bit. And
Did that say whipped cream vodka?
yeah,
Is that a thing?
it's a thing. It's really good.
This is delicious.
Yeah.
I've never
How
heard
did
of
I
that.
not know about this?
It'll change your life.
You know what we're going to be drinking next time. The killers will all have their whipped cream vodka out. So, well, cheers to an amazing book and congratulations. And we have another congratulations for you because you released a new book just last week. Can you give us just a quick review of what that's about?
I did. Yeah, thank you. It's another survival thriller. This one takes place on Whitewater Rapids in Idaho. And it's, I like to tell people, it's like the River Wild, if you remember that 80s movie, meets The Night Stalker. So it's got its roots in true crime too. Thankfully, a little less so than the book Gray After Dark. But yeah, another fast-paced survival thriller. And yeah, thank you for asking.
Congrats.
Yeah, congratulations. It's amazing. Okay, you guys, we created the Killer Author Club so readers could get up close and personal with their favorite thriller writers. Upcoming lineup is stacked with killers: Gillian McAllister, Charles Donnelly, Eric LaSalle, Tess Gerritsen, and so many more. But tonight, it's all about Gray After Dark. And here's what early readers had to say. Author Faith Gardner says, Noelle has established herself as the queen of the survival thriller, and Gray After Dark is her best work yet.
Author Caleb Stevens calls it a no-holds-barred gut punch of a book that had me gritting my teeth as I read.
And Savvy Reed says it had me biting my nails from start to finish in the best kind of way.
The clues have led us here. Now it's time to question the mastermind behind it all. It's time for tonight's killer question. So, Noelle, where do you kill?
Okay, I kill it in the airport. Anybody who is listening to YouTube, watching TikTok without headphones, it brings up those killer instincts. So we're going to go with the airport.
Love
I
that.
love that answer.
It's a
I
great
will
place.
join you in the killing spree.
Thank you.
Yeah. There's a lot to want to kill there. Yeah, absolutely. I like it. Oh my gosh. All right. So Gray After Dark opens with an absolutely terrifying premise, but it also feels incredibly plausible since it's based on a true story. What was the real life spark? Like, what drew you to this story aside from the fact that it actually happened? And what made you think I have to write this book?
Oh gosh. I listen to a lot of true crime podcasts. I consume a very steady diet of all things, documentaries about true crime, all the things that make me have a hard time falling asleep at night and play into my fears. And, you know, there's a lot of scary stories out there and a lot of things that I'm like, oh my gosh, that actually happened. But when I hear a story like Carrie's story that I hadn't known about before, especially if it happened pre-internet, then a lot of times I like to think, could this still happen in modern times? Or like more people need to know about this unbelievable thing that happened. Like I love to point readers back to the real stories at the end of any book I write that was loosely inspired by true events. And when I heard that one, the protagonist, her in real life, her courage and just the absolute hell that she went through, but also her grit and just those threads of humanity, they're so powerful in the real story. I knew I wanted to bring those out in my protagonist too. So it was such a wild story, but then it was just her grit and her courage too that really called me to it and made me realize I needed to write something that paid homage to it.
Well, and you did a great job. I mean, I think that's what's so gripping about this, like when you read on the back cover that it's based on a true story, and then just the way that you bring the characters to life in such a realistic way. You're just all of a sudden you're there, and gosh, yeah. Anyway, great job.
Thank you. Thanks.
Well, one of the things I loved about the book is that the wilderness isn't just a backdrop for the story. It really becomes a character, an antagonist in the story. How did you approach writing the setting for this story? Is it based on real locations where that you've experienced, where you live? How did you build that part of the story where the setting is actually a character in the story?
It's a great question. I take a lot of my stories and base them in Idaho because Idaho is so rich in different types of wilderness. And I have spent a lot of time camping and hiking and just being in the wilderness. And every time I'm there, you get that feeling of wonder, but also like this is its own type of not villain, but it's its own type of force to be reckoned with all by itself. So I have stocked up those memories and I pull them out every time I go camping and touch them and roll them around because it's just so humbling and scary to be in a place like the Frank Church Wilderness is where I chose to set this book in Idaho. That's a real place. And it's just vast and endless, and if you scream nobody hears you, and it's
terrifying.
It's terrifying and cool. So we went backpacking there a few years ago and never forgotten what it feels like to be that much alone.
Wow. So Mary Fields Jackson asks, which true crime podcast do you enjoy?
I will always give a shout out to my favorite, Murder. They are hilarious women, and they also are so careful with their stories, where I feel like they really are sensitive and do justice to the survivors and victims that they talk about in a really respectful way, in addition to telling some really fascinating and captivating stories.
What's it called? Murder?
My favorite, Murder.
My favorite, Murder. Okay.
Okay. And Melissa, oops. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Yes, we can get a cocktail recipe book. Actually, it's on our website. But if you go, you'll see all the cocktails.
No, it's not on there anymore.
I'm lying all the time. Okay, Melissa.
We had it up for a really long time, but it was a lot of work to keep it up.
But people do a recipe book for the holidays. That'd be fun.
There we go. We'll add it to our list.
Yeah, like Stuart, we have plenty of time to do that. That sounds like a great idea. Okay, that wasn't the question I was trying to get to, though, actually. But there's so many questions. Oh, here it is.
They roll by so quickly, it changes.
What's your favorite place in Idaho?
I have so many. I have a real soft spot for Sun Valley. I love it there. It's gorgeous. But there's lots of places in Boise where I live, little nature spots along the river and then the foothills that I love to go more regularly. So lots of little secret hiking trails in Boise.
Sounds like a beautiful state. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, your pacing is relentless. Readers tell themselves they're going to read one more chapter and suddenly it's 2 a.m. When you're writing the story, how conscious are you of controlling the reader's breathing, so to speak?
Gosh, pretty conscious. I am a pantser, so I tend to write by feel a lot. And I like to imagine myself on a roller coaster as I'm, going up the first hill and getting ready to start going down and down and down and up and through the loops. And so I think about the reader, but I'm mostly just feeling my own tension rise as I'm writing. So I'm kind of seeing it a little bit like a movie in my head while I'm writing all these scenes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, it worked. I felt like I was on the roller coaster right there with you.
That's great.
So I know you are beloved on Book Talk on TikTok, and I spend entirely too much time over there. So when I got to this line, I kind of cackled out loud and And then I wondered, like, okay, did you start this trend maybe, or did you pick up this trend? Was this like a little wink to book talk? It says, I would have cried tears of joy to trade the past 2 days for a chance to face off with a bear instead of these two monsters. Because did you see that trend, or
I
did you
So
start the trend?
no, I don't think I started the trend. I definitely didn't start it, but I did get a real kick out of that trend because the book came first, and then the trend cropped up. Man
Oh,
versus
you sparked
So you
it.
had already written that line?
Yes, I had. So people
So for
started
our
sending
viewers
So
who
tell
don't,
everybody what the trend is in
yes.
case nobody knows what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
if you were in the woods, if you're a woman alone, would you rather come across a man or a bear? And it was a big debate of, I choose the bear. Most women would choose the bear. Unsurprisingly, I think.
Well, I
Definitely.
definitely would have chosen the bear in this story. Oh my gosh.
So scary.
I cackled out loud at that because I knew your TikTok history, I guess. And so I was like, oh, I wonder if she started that.
Let's just say I did. I don't think I did, but let's just say that.
Maybe
You are
Yeah,
now,
always take
idea in your
credit. I think
minds.
so.
yeah, you are now credited with that.
Yes.
So without giving away any spoilers, it just feels like in the book there are so many moments where instinct takes over and becomes more important. I'm sorry, that's so funny. Cohen would still choose the bear.
Smart man.
Mhm.
So where instinct really becomes more important than logic, what research did you do as you wrote the book? Anything about delving into the human mind that helped you along the way?
Yeah, when I am not watching or reading true crime, I love reading about psychology. And that's one of the things that's been really fascinating to me is that we all kind of have a little black box in our head that wants to keep us safe, and our limbic system wants to keep us safe. And it will absolutely override what we think of as our rational brain if it's a matter of life or death. And that instinct takes over and tries to get us out alive. So I've always been so fascinated by that phenomenon in survivor stories. And it's, our brain's just trying to keep us safe. And that happens a lot in this book. Yeah, exactly right.
Amazing.
So were there moments while you were writing Miley or Raina that surprised you when one of the characters became stronger than you originally intended, or they did something that surprised you?
Yeah, I know a lot of authors have that experience where a character takes over a little bit and becomes a little more like I fell in love with Mary a little more than I expected to as I was writing her. I started off a little bit upset with her, same as Miley does, but I I like to write the first draft and let things come through as it does, just that pantsing spirit. And then on the second draft, then I know the characters a little bit better and I can go make things fit the way they should as things pace along. But it's fun to see those characters become three-dimensional and do their own little song and dance I didn't expect.
Yeah. I really loved Mary. I thought she was great. I thought she was a really complicated character and understandably so, right? Once you figure out what's happened to her.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank
She's
you.
great. So Valerie asks, did you always want to write thrillers, or did you have any other genre you considered? She said, I'm sure you'd be amazing at anything, but we're so grateful you chose thrillers. We are too.
Thank you. I mean, I always have a notebook that I keep that I write down ideas, and there's the odd idea for other genres that I've got that I just can't quite let go of. But at the same time, thrillers are really all I read. They're all I love when it comes down to it at the end of the day. So I will probably just keep on writing the thing that I know I love and I know my readers love. So thrillers, I think, are going to put the ring on it forever.
Yeah. And they're also fun to write, right? Because you do get caught up in the adventure and the story and the suspense. And
Yeah. And can you surprise readers in a new way? Because with voracious readers, they're so hard to surprise sometimes.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
And speaking of that, Becky wants to know if you started a new book. Now they're promoting too right now. Yeah.
Yes, I have. So I am in the middle of edits on my 2027 release. It hasn't been announced yet. And then I'm partway through the initial draft of my 2028 release. So I can't say much about those quite yet, but there will be an announcement and cover reveals soon for my 2027.
Exciting. So you're about a book a year.
About a book a year is the right pace for me. And then, you're always juggling the edits of one draft and the final proofread of another. And it's
while you're promoting another, and
yeah, it's all plates in the air.
So many. So you managed to suspend or to sustain incredible suspense without relying on gratuitous violence. So can you talk about the difference between writing tension and writing action? And because I think that's, something writers always want to learn about, how to balance that and keep readers involved and on the edge of their seats.
Yeah, I think that's a really hard thing to do sometimes. I think that listening to podcasts like My Favorite Murder and with people who are really respectful of those stories has helped me get a good sense of when something feels like, ugh, like I didn't need to know that. And I don't know exactly what that is. It almost feels like a sixth sense that authors have. And I know that the authors I love, I'll follow them anywhere. I'll read whatever book they write because I know that they'll treat those survivors or victims or whoever is in the book with care, even if it is a really grisly situation. So it feels like a balance to me between not flinching away from something, especially if it's a true story or something that really happened to somebody, and then not wallowing in some of the details that might be really, really sensitive or icky. I'm not sure how to describe it other than that, but then that tension and that sense of dread comes in where you know something or suspect something that maybe the character doesn't quite understand yet, or you just can feel something bad building with that foreshadowing that's come in through the book and the chapter so far. I think all those things come together, and then being inside the character's head. I love that close third or first person so that you can feel the character's own sense of fear or, panic about what's happening to them in a really scary situation.
Mm-hmm.
That's the roller coaster, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing a bunch of questions fly by about, are you touring? And do you have any plans to go on tour anytime soon for any books? And if so, where can readers find out where you're going to be?
So some more of that. I hate to be giving these like half answers, but some of that is CBD. I started out as an indie author, and I've been collaborating more with some of my incredible publishing partners and publishers. And so I'm working with them to nail down next year's schedule. This year I'll be at Killer Nashville in August, and that conference is for mostly aspiring thriller authors. So I may see some of you there if you're listening and are want to write thrillers. And then I was just at the Big Ohio Book Con in Ohio, and it was lovely to meet some readers there. So just Killer Nashville is my for this year travel plan.
Awesome.
Well, I think everybody will be waiting for more next year.
Right.
Follow me on social, and I'll announce whenever something is in the works.
Okay, great.
Right.
All right. So Noelle is giving away 3 copies of Gray After Dark, deluxe limited edition trade paperback to lucky US viewers. For a chance to win, answer this question. You are gifted the opportunity to go on a wilderness adventure. Oh no. Do you accept or do you decline and stick in civilization? No wrong answers. The bear or the man?
I know we should have had that be the question.
Yeah,
That's right.
It'd just be bear.
Yeah. Yes. The Killers are big fans of independent booksellers and want to send them all the support. So Noelle has chosen Rediscovered Books in Boise, Idaho. So Noelle, tell us why you love this bookstore so much.
I am, maybe it's because I'm a pantser and kind of feel my way through things, but I love vibe, and Rediscover just has a great vibe. They're next to a cool little art gallery, so you can go book shopping and you can look for like a fun, interesting piece of art by local artists, and the people that work there are just so kind and friendly and have great recommendations. So they are wonderful, and they're here in Boise, and yeah, absolutely love them.
Well, we'll be dropping the link in the comments so you can order Gray After Dark along with any other books on your wish list.
All right. And all right, because you spend your days plotting fictional crimes, but every great thriller writer is also an avid reader. Tell us, what book has you canceling your plans so you can read just one more chapter? What's on your bookshelf, Noelle?
Oh, there's always something new on my bookshelf. I just started Her Silence by TJ Ashman or ST Ashman. I just said TJ. ST Ashman. And it is fantastic so far. I've seen a lot of buzz about it on Book Talk and the Grams. So I am starting that one. And then I'm also reading Yesteryear. It's not
So good.
yeah, and it's a little bit of some thriller elements in there.
Sure,
so I
yeah.
haven't finished it yet, but
It's not really a thriller, but I loved it. Yeah.
Oh,
it's really
hard to
it's
put down.
It's so good. Yeah. So good.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of great books, we have two more fabulous new releases we wanted to celebrate tonight. First up is Killer Vibes by Jack Friday. Author Jack Friday's Wild and Wicked series debut, Killer Vibes, blends sinister Southwestern neo-noir with a cast of schemers, cutthroats, and an unsuspecting sleuth with a fondness for weed and a flexible libido. And we also have Devil Inside by Clay McLeod Chapman. A man who comes back from the dead falls in love with a woman who might be something far worse in Devil Inside. Clay McLeod Chapman's twisted horror romance. Think The Exorcist meets The Dead Romantics. So we have 3 copies of Killer Vibes and 2 copies of Devil Inside to give away to lucky US viewers. Comment if you want in and tell us where you're from. Good luck. And because we're all about shamelessly plugging our own murdery fun, you've already heard we wrote a thriller together, Take Back the Night. You saw the gorgeous cover, and now we are about to sweeten the deal. So for anyone who pre-orders Take Back the Night from any bookseller, your favorite indie, or wherever you get your books, email us the receipt and you are automatically entered to win an exclusive limited edition Killer Author Club beanie. You can't get it anywhere but here. And plus a book plate signed by all 3 of us. Like I said, you can't get this beanie anywhere else. So come on, you know you want one. All the details are at killerauthorclub.com under the pull down menu called Killer Book. And while we're here, we also want to make sure to say a big killer thanks to Book Reporter for sharing the murdery love. Stay up to date on bookish news and events at bookreporter.com.
And Noelle, we have some very good news for you. You have survived the Killer Author Club. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. And can you tell readers where the best place to find you would be?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, Noelle Ihli Author. I think I'm the only person in the world with that name. So if you find that person, that's me.
There you go. That's kind of lucky. I have that thing with Kara Ruda too. There's not a lot of us, so it all works out. Okay. So that's a wrap on tonight's episode. Thanks for hanging out with us, you guys, and thanks for all the great questions. Tonight's show drops Friday as a podcast with bonus content you haven't heard yet. So find all the links at killerauthorclub.com and sign up for our newsletter so you're the first to hear all of our killer breaking news. We'll be back next week with a special bonus episode featuring Gillian McAllister and Caller Unknown. for podcasts, bonus content, merchandise, upcoming guests, and all things about Take Back the Night, because we can't say that enough. Okay. Visit killerauthorclub.com. In the meantime,
trust no one.
Question everything.
And keep turning pages. Good night, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Noelle.
Night. Thank you.
That does it for tonight's show. Thank you for tuning in. If you'd like to catch our next show live, we're every other Tuesday night on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. For times, upcoming schedule, and to catch up on past episodes, visit us at killerauthorclub.com. Happy reading. Now get on out there and kill that TBR.